Rejoice, everyone. We're back with another Sekhie Reacts to Fate. This week, Daikokuten.
Daikokuten Day?
Daikokuten Day.
No, the Pig Latin.
Oh, yeah.
Ixnay on the Daikokuten Day.
Yeah. So, fun fact
that was
for
this
anyone
morning.
else in chat.
This afternoon.
There was some talk about Daikokuten and aspects of the servant from FGO in the chat, and I'm sitting there like, oh god, we're recording that tonight. Guys, Ixnay on the Daikokuten Day.
Very subtle. Very subtle. You know, all the relative subtlety of like a cinder block to the face. But I can appreciate that. Oh, I was actually really excited to do Daikokuten because Daikokuten is one of the 7 kamis of luck.
Yes.
In Japanese Shinto beliefs. But Daikokuten is also supposedly originally from the Buddhist deva Mahakala, which was then sort of syncretized with Okuninushi, the Shinto god. And then you got Daikokuten. And so because he's part of this group of like one of the kami of like luck and wealth, he's the patron of farmers, jobs related to money, like bankers, right? Cooks and those sort of professions. But also associated with fertility, sexuality, and war. But I actually find that when I'm looking up Shinto deities, a lot of them have that thing where like just depending on the different region, they're sort of worshipped in like slightly different ways. And so like fertility and like sexuality seem to be pretty almost universal, I want to say. Like I've seen those on a lot of deities as a tagline. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. It does. So if we go back to Mahakala, Mahakala comes from the Sanskrit meaning great death or great black one. And Mahakala used to be one of the epithets of Shiva when he was being his aspect of the ultimate destroyer of all things, time. But eventually this title and aspect of Shiva was adopted by Buddhism, and Mahakala was reinterpreted as a protector of Dharma, but also like a deity that terrorizes people roaming the forest at night with a huge train of ghouls and demons and such. So Mahakala is then mentioned in a lot of Chinese Buddhist texts, even though we don't have a lot of iconography of him from this time. And he was pretty popular during the Yuan dynasty, where his likeness was kind of put up across the imperial palace and Buddhist temples in the capital, all over the place. There, they called him Mahakara or Makakara or Makakyara, which translated to the Great Black Deva, right, with Kala being understood as great in the translation. Often in texts they're described as a demon who steals the essence of people.
Ding.
It was Vorn.
Ding.
It was Vorn.
Ding.
And it was a fucking thumbs up.
Ding.
I'm gonna commit murder. I was like, hey, get Opera, I said. Opera is great because your Messenger and your WhatsApp and your Instagram and your Twitter and your Blue Sky and your Spotify and your YouTube Music are all right there. Okay, but every single time I get a message, ding! I'm sure I could mute it. I have yet to figure that out. But even though it talks about him like feeding on flesh and blood, it's supposed to only be the flesh and blood of those who commit sins against the 3 jewels of Buddhism. So there's a Tang era story about Yi Xing, who's writing a commentary on the Mahavairocana Tantra. And in this text, Mahakala is portrayed as a manifestation of Vairocana, the Buddha, right, who subjugated the Dakinis, which were a race of flesh-eating female demons, by swallowing them. Mahakala then released them, but only on the promise that they would no longer kill any humans, and they could only eat the heart, which was believed to contain the essence of humans, like human yellow. But they could only eat the hearts of those who were already near death. And then Amogha Vajra's translation of the Humane King Sutra talks about how a non-Buddhist master told Prince Kalmasapada to offer the heads of 1,000 kings to Mahakala, the great black god of the graveyard, if he wanted to ascend to the throne of his kingdom. So outside of these depictions, Mahakala also has come to be seen as a guardian of monasteries, especially their kitchens, like specifically. Yijing, who traveled with Srivijaya in India in the late 7th century, said that images of Mahakala were in kitchens and porches of Buddhist monasteries, and offerings of food were made to them very often. He also says that there's a story where Daikokuten once provided food for 500 monks who visited the monastery of Makuta Bandhana in Kushinagar, after one of the female servants prayed and made offerings before his image as a miracle bestowed on them by the god. So Mahakala, as bringing prosperity to monasteries and granting wishes, also contributes to the overall identification of him with deities of wealth and fortune in Japan as Daikokuten. In China, he was actually very closely associated with fertility, given that during the T.H.E festival, married women would buy dolls called moheulo, which supposedly derives from Mahakala in hopes of giving birth to a child. But when Mahakala was introduced to Japan via the Tendai and Shingon sects, Mahakala turned from this like flesh-eating protector into a really jovial benefactorial figure with a lot of positive qualities. So he was the purveyor of wealth and fertility, and that all kind of came much closer to the front, while his like more vicious tendencies moved much further back. Early images of Daikokuten show him like stern-faced or wrathful, but most later artwork and modern artworks portray him smiling, and very often in a good mood. So the founder of the Tendai school, Saicho, is credited with bringing the cult of Mahakala Daikokuten to Japan. And the legend says that he climbed Mount T.H.E, and when he climbed Mount T.H.E, Mahakala appeared to him in the form of an old man and offered to become the guardian of the community that Saicho was building, which would become Enryaku-ji. So then by the medieval period, when Buddhism and Shinto were becoming syncretized, Daikokuten was conflated with Okuninushi, because the first two characters of their names can be read the same as Daikoku. Daikokuten was also at the time still a patron of Enryaku-ji, which influenced this syncretism connection, and then he became identified with Sano Gongen, who was enshrined in Hiyoshi Taisha at the foot of Mount Hiei, who in turn was conflated with Okuninushi or Omononushi. Miwa Myojin, the god of Mount Miwa in Nara Prefecture, is also interpreted as Okuninushi. So this is really like the bringing together of multiple different like small spirits and gods under the same name and visage. So Daikokuten's often depicted carrying a bag or a sack, and then that is further associates the god with Okuninushi because in the Kojiki, one of the three texts we have about Japanese history and mythology, in the story about the hair of Inaba, Okuninushi is said to have been treated by his wicked elder brothers as the person who had to carry their bags, and so that's why he carries the sack. So besides the sack, Daikokuten gains the golden mallet called the Uchide no Kozuchi, the mallet that bestows what his followers desire, like wealth and happiness on the ground when he hits the ground. 2 big bales of rice. And then he's also often, and that's related to the providing and the food, he's also often portrayed with a very obscene fig because of the fertility. rituals. And sometimes he carries a bifurcated daikon, which is called the Bride of Daikoku. And this bifurcated daikon has a gigantic erect penis. And sometimes you could just represent him by making a really big wooden penis.
Fertility gods, am I right?
So, along the way, because of Mahakala's association with Vaisravana, or who became Bishamonten, mice and rats entered into the iconography in Japan. Because, is it the... Yeah. So it's because of the association with Vaisravana, or Bishamonten. And then Bishamonten is the analog to Kubera and Panchika. And then obviously they have a what's the word? A consort, right? And that's Hariti, known as Kishimojin. And then Kishimojin was associated with the northern direction. The northern direction corresponds to the sign of the rat in the Chinese zodiac. So really, just the absolute, like, blender mix of Hindu, Chinese, Japanese, general East Asian, that just, like, somebody kind of shook it all in and then hit blend.
I mean, isn't that Buddhism in its spread in a nutshell?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I just think it's so funny. Daikokuten's also linked with other deities like Ugajin, Benzaiten, Vaisravana Bishamonten, Kenro Jijin, Prithvi, and the Wisdom King Akala, as well as several others. And then, as we've mentioned, Daikokuten is part of the kami of luck and fortune. Originally in East Asian Buddhist art, Mahakala was represented as dark-skinned. He had a diadem and a necklace of skulls, or snakes coiled around his necks and arms. Sometimes he was portrayed with 3 heads and 6 arms, holding the skin of a flayed elephant, and a trident or a sword in his lower hands, as well as a human and a goat figure in his middle hands, often in a sitting position. Sometimes he's depicted with 8 arms, but the trident, the elephant skin, the goat, the sword, those are all pretty universal to these portrayals of him. Which is very interesting because it's so very different from how he becomes portrayed in Japan, right? Like later on. He's also sometimes shown trampling the Buddhist analog to Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, right? Because he's got the flayed elephant skin, so there's like some level of association there as well. And then, like we said, Daikokuten first appeared in Japan, often depicted in black, wearing an eboshi with aristocratic outerwear and hakama. His right fist rests on his leg, his left hand holding that big bag, the color of which is often gray like a rat's fur. And then slowly he got bigger and bigger of belly. He smiled more. He gained the mallet. He got the rice bales. And so on. And eventually you get kind of what he looks like now in a lot of art, which a very good example of is sitting on the screen in front of us. Big belly, happy man, 2 rice barrels, the mallet.
You also have like Makala right next to it, so it's like a before and an after.
Yeah, Mahakala, Daikokuten. So yeah, Daikokuten.
Class guess.
Saber?
Nope.
Lancer?
Nope.
Well, okay, technically Daikokuten's a god. So it would make sense if it was an alter ego.
Nope.
Okay, hold on. He's not a ruler.
Nope.
He's not a foreigner.
Nope.
He's not a beast.
Nope.
Avenger?
Nope.
Not an extra class.
Nope. Not an extra class.
Oh. Would have thought okay. Not a rider.
No.
Oh, thank God. If you say archer.
No, not this time.
Caster?
Yes, caster.
That was actively my last guess possible. Like, genuinely, I don't see it. I'm gonna have to get an explanation on this.
There's gonna be a few things you need an explanation on, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a few things. Can I look now?
Yep.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You were not ready for that one.
I was really not ready for that. Especially the learning with manga image, you know?
So...
I'm so very confused.
I figured you would be. So these are the servant Daikokuten, but also they are not the servant Daikokuten. These are caster servants originating from learning with manga, later introduced to FGO through the collab event. Mm-hmm. They're actually the servant mice of Daikokuten in his legends, like the one that acts as his messenger.
Oh.
And they're just acting on his behalf. Depending on how much magical energy there is, there can be upwards of 30 summoned at once.
And that is why you get this one.
The mouse household.
Oh.
They all have unique personalities, but share memories, and they seek to simply find or manage to grant their master's wishes. But they still view the original Daikokuten as their highest master, taking priority over even their summoner.
That's actually really cute.
They're also like Bunyan, where they were summoned from a new Udon Grail.
Are they new in FGO?
Came out a couple years ago.
So they're in NA. Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. I wonder what's with that self-proclaimed cat, but she isn't at fault. It's all Cat's fault. I feel some sort of connection with that lovely miss. She is not fond of cats. What a really wonderful thing. Mahakala, we're sorry. That does not ring a bell. It's best if you go and ask them in person. Alright. There's almost nothing. What the fuck? Oh, look at the little mouse. What the... Oh, the mallet and the big belly and the bag. Is this supposed to be Gudako dressed up like Daikokuten?
Yes, that's exactly what that was supposed to be. That's
so weird, Knick-Knack. And why is she naked?
Gudako's always naked, I swear to God.
Well, somebody should see someone about that, like a psychiatrist.
That's been the better half of FGO's lifespan. She probably should have seen a psychiatrist.
Oh, okay.
So these mice are individually very weak, like to the point where Gudako originally identified them as a 1-star servant. Mm-hmm. Though by their eventual appearance in FGO, their numbers qualify them for 4 stars. At one point, they were able to surgically modify Gudako into a caster-class servant, acting as the god of fortune. They can also telepathically communicate, so long as they have total concentration, but since they can be distracted, that also is somewhat difficult. Daikokuten is also able to grant the blessing of fortune to allies, though doing this is very taxing on them. And then they can, and this is the final note here, they can also increase their numbers very quickly in the same manner as most mice do, which I'll let the god of fertility manage that one and explain that one away.
Okay. Meritorious service to benefit all sentient beings, kingdom of mice. Alright, so we have 2 noble phantasms. One is Mallet of Good Fortune. The Pure Land of Mice.
So the mallet is not meant for combat.
No.
But is able to grant good fortune on those that it is used on. It is frequently used in learning with manga to obtain 5-star servants from the gacha.
Where do I get one? And where do I get one? Where's mine? Give me some.
The other noble phantasm, Pure Land of Mice, is a reality marble that can be created using the mallet, where the limits on how many mice can be created are lifted, and they are able to overwhelm the enemy with the strength of near infinite 1-star servants.
That's actually pretty cool. But also, where's my mallet?
Sorry, didn't get you one.
Damn. Does this count?
Don't hurt me.
I wasn't even gonna hit you with it.
Now, what you need to do is next time you're about to roll on FGO, the first thing you do is you take that and swing it at full force against your phone.
Yeah, just... Or, better yet, straight with the...
Well, that's what happens if the luck doesn't get granted.
Yeah, you go with the top end or the bottom end, and you just hit. Let that lean there. Okay, so... Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, kill that book. Why are we polishing it? Aggressive wealth. Oh, they're so cute together. Oh, that's horrifying. I love it. Oh man, not the teeth. Just the... That's actually a really funny NP. I think that actually might be one of my favorite NPs to like see on screen.
The horrifying, all the mice eyes at once.
Yeah, it's kind of fantastic. Okay, so we have April Fool. Aww. And then something. Baseball. Soccer. Ah, that's it. Okay. Wait. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, they're actually like so cute. As soon as they load, it's gonna be great. Oh, look at them, and they all have different color hair, so you can tell them apart. Mm-hmm. Can you tell them apart by hair color, Knick-Knack?
Three or four of them. There's two of them in the center that look exactly the same hair color.
These two?
No.
These two?
Yep.
Pink, green. Yeah, that would explain it. They are so cute. Okay. Oh, good. There's a little bit of extra art. Not a lot. The look on this one's face. I know what she's thinking. I know what she's thinking. Feet. That's really cute with the giant rice. They're probably normal-sized rice balls. Okay. All right. Oh. Is that a cat loaf? It looks like a...
I don't know.
I think it's a... Oh, this is from the Minecraft event.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no. That's because it's Mary Anning.
Yeah, but that's a square animal.
Yeah, I don't... That's not from the Minecraft event, though.
Okay.
This is from the Learning with Manga event.
All right. An ultra-rare craft essence for national beauty, me, Mary Anning. Oh, this is Mary Anning's. Okay, yep. Just look at all these crazy buffs. You'll definitely be popular with this equipment. What are you waiting for? Go on, try it out. But was this really the best picture they could have used? I mean, what are these mice even doing here? I think I saw this one when we did Mary Anning. We might not have read it, though. Yeah, I think I saw it, but I didn't read it. Oh, and the rice bales. Okay. Before we had a change of heart, thanks to our master's teachings, we were no more than base creatures who only lived to fill our bellies and grow our numbers. Now, thanks to our noble master, we have gained new purpose as his servants. We will never return to the days of being mere animals, sneaking bites of food ever again. Well, neither will Pizza Rat, but... Gift from Daikokuten. Oh, umeboshi rice balls. I fuck with sour pickled plums. You're not a fan of them, right?
Not really, no. I'm not a fan of pickled anything.
I love umeboshi so much. Someone left this under your pillow after you ate too much and went to bed with a stomachache. A single dose of this amazing drug cures not just the pain, but all manner of illness and injury. Using this miraculous medication on a mere stomachache would be a criminal waste. Daikokuten probably left this for you, though it may have been a gift from their master. Well, that's sweet, especially after all the chocolate shit you get from everyone else. So is it just because, is there a reason why they're with Mary Anning a lot of the time?
They're both introduced in the same event, and Mary Anning was kind of... Daikokuten was working for everybody in that event because there was enough of them to do so. But Daikokuten was helping Mary Anning out in that event a lot.
Okay. Mary Anning's little dinosaurs are there too. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This one might not be from that event, but they just a throwback to it.
Yeah. Let's see. The season has completely turned to summer. Which do you prefer, the sea or rice balls? Huh? You love both so much that you can't choose? Well, in that case, let's give up on the sea and stick with rice balls. They have just the right amount of saltiness. They say swimming on a full stomach is dangerous. Just stick with the rice balls. I didn't know, man. You eat the rice balls and then you go swim. Oh, Super Bunyan's in the background. I saw her right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
That's it.
Single shortest Sekhie Reacts I think we've done to date.
I think it might be. At least in our modern format.
Yeah.
They're cute, but there's like nothing.
You are a sucker for the multi servants.
I really am.
Like, I don't think there's a single one you dislike.
No, I've loved pretty much all of them. Cause this, oh my god, this like Nemo. Oh, with the Nemos, they're so cute. I just like seeing the groups. They're so cute.
I guess I don't know if you're a crazy big fan of Hassan of the 100 Personas.
No, not really.
But aren't they all so cute together?
No. No. Except for Hassan of the Giant Spoon. He's worth it.
So yeah, I think... Oh, I know who's next.
A return to rice bales.
Yes, we're going to get more rice.
We'll see you next time.